So you're real estate in the market, or maybe you're thinking about getting into real estate here in 2022 and you're wondering, what's the market going to do this year? Is it time to jump in? Is it time to jump out? Well, in this video, I'm going to give you the 2022 housing market predictions, honest predictions from a real estate agent who's been doing this for quite some time. So stick around. What's up, everybody? This is Tim Whittemore with the Whittemore Group right here in the beautiful Emerald Coast here in Destin, Florida. If this is your first time to our channel, we do tons and tons of videos about everything you need to know about real estate here, and how to be a successful realtor either in Florida or across the country. Now, I've been a real estate agent in 3 different states. I've been a single agent, been to multiple brokerages, been a team agent, and now a team lead for my own small team here in Northwest Florida. So it's always been said that you surround yourself, and you are part of the 5 people that you do surround yourself with. Allow me to be that other voice to help guide you to be in the next real estate rock star in your area. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the 2022 housing market predictions. Well, first thing, let's just kind of start talking about what happened in 2021 and why it even happened the way that it did, right? What did we see? If you were a real estate agent, you saw that we had low inventory. I mean, in our area, we were down to 1/3 of what we typically had 2 years ago prior to that. All right, we saw interest rates were still really low. They've been artificially low for a couple of years right now. And because of that, we've had a big pool of buyer and low inventory, right? And we did start to see them creep up towards the end of the year. But what did it really lead to? Real estate madness. All right, it was crazy. All right, so I don't know what your business was like, but it was absolutely nuts around here. We would go out and we'd find a property. It was listed, we'll say, for $400,000, and it was still kind of at the edge of what, our comparative market analysis would say it was worth. And we'd go ahead, we'd see it within 24 hours of it being listed, and then there'd be multiple offers already on it. And now to win some of these offers, we had to go 20, 30,000 above whatever it was listed at. Escalation clauses, and if you're not familiar with that, says that, hey, we'll pay, I don't know, 1,000, whatever amount over any competing offer, not to exceed 20 to 30,000 over whatever the list price was, right? And even still, that was still losing. Are you kidding me? Like 20, 30 grand over? What? Well, it makes sense, right? So if you've been a listing agent before, you've seen that these properties, what we give the seller is a comparative market analysis. And it says, based on all the properties that are out here, this is the highest amount that you could possibly get it appraised to. I mean, that's what we do, right? And then we see it's 400,000. Okay, so we list it for 400,000. And then we get all these multiple offers going up to 430,000, right? We know as the listing agent that it's not going to appraise to that. So what else is there? You can make the contract as is, get rid of certain contingencies, all those sorts of things. If you want to see certain craziness, go out and see what they're doing out in Cali right now. Anyway, that's being said, if you weren't a cash deal, you were losing out. So what else did we do? We had to put in appraisal gaps. That's right. So we'd say, hey, if this home did not appraise to value, we would come to closing with $5, $7, $10, whatever, $1,000 over what it actually appraised at, not to exceed, whatever the top amount was. That's still kind of crazy, right? So we had to put appraisal gaps, and then finally that was what was winning for our buyers, right? We didn't win any bids, the buyer lost and you did because you weren't getting paid. Okay? So that was 2021. All right. Now, what are we seeing in 2022? What are we already seeing, right? What we've seen is just basically actually in July, actually what we saw in January was that we started to see a return to a little bit of the madness, things going really quick. But then we started to see some of these homes start to stick around the market a little bit longer, right? What we anticipate that we're going to see is an increase of rates, which we have already started seeing, but the inventory is supposed to increase. And that's because the rates are supposed to increase. They said by Q3 that we're going to see at least a point going up on average for our interest rates across the board. And now, with more and more people that we've been speaking to, it could be as early as July that we start to see that. Now, if the market anticipates that, we're going to see a big push at the beginning of the year, which we typically do anyway in the spring market. But then it's going to slow down. We're going to start to see inventory increase, days on market start to go up, and kind of see that entire thing start to play out. Now, our cost of business has increased already. And that's because the value of our money, our inflation, has been going up at 7%. That's a little ridiculous, okay? So cost of money cost of that going, and we're having inflation at 7%. People are realizing, smart people are realizing that if the real estate market is going up at an increase of 3 to 4%, well, I better put my money in real estate before the value of my money starts to go down. But as far as cost of business, the things that you need to do in order to have an office, buy supplies, things like that, that's going to increase because of inflation. Now, let's talk about appreciation. Appreciation last year we saw went up at a ridiculous amount. If you were here in the state of Florida, overall it was 28%. That's stupid, right? Across the board in the real estate industry here in the continental United States, it was closer to 12% overall. But what they're predicting is that the appreciation is going to decrease. Now, appreciation still, they're projecting is going to be at 5.82%, all right, in 2022. And that's from realtrends.com. Definitely check them out if you want some real estate stats. Those are great ways to find out. But we're not going to see a real estate market collapse. We'll see a deflation, but definitely not a collapse. So the value of these homes are still going to go up. They're just not going to go up at the crazy amount that it was. Now, a big thing about here in Florida is that more people are going to start migrating this way. People are getting tired of the politics and COVID. Wherever you stand on that, it's still pretty evident that people are just getting worn out from the restrictions and coming to the free state of Florida. All right, so people are migrating this way in droves and getting out of places like California and places like that, New York. One thing that that we think that we're going to be seeing is more strict loan requirements. What that means is that it's going to be harder for you to qualify buyers to get loans. They're being a little bit more stingy with their money. That means that their debt to income has to be better, their interest rates are going to be a little bit higher, so more people won't be able to afford that, which is fine because that means our inventory is going to go up and we'll settle down a little bit more. Don't worry, if a lot of things of these are worrying you, you can make money in any market in real estate. You just have to put your attention towards something else versus the other, okay? So again, just to kind of recap what we anticipate seeing in the housing market is we're going to see a deflation in the market, okay? This does not mean that those buyers coming in that are saying, hey, I'm just going to wait until prices go down. You can confidently tell them that prices will not decrease in the near future, but appreciation will slow. So also, let them know that inflation is at 7%. If you want the value of your money to go up, put that money into real estate. That's going to be the best bet for them this year. That should be your mantra when you talk to different investors. If you want to keep the value of your money at the same value or better, make sure to invest in real estate now. When it looks over the projection of the next 5 years, appreciation will slow down. We're going to start seeing it settling down to 3 to 4% of normal, but we're not going to see it drop. So people that invest today will be so happy that they invested with you and you talked them into it 5 years from now. Hopefully you'll get that listing when they decide to go ahead and upgrade. Well, that's all I got for you for the 2022 housing market predictions. Hopefully you got some good info on this. If you have anything else that you'd like to mention here, please leave it in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys. Please do keep it positive, and we'll keep it collaborative. And of course, if you want to know anything more about eXp Realty, about joining a team here, or getting into real estate, I'm always happy to help you. Please go ahead, give me a call, text, email. The best way to get a hold of me is that number and email on the screen here. And hopefully we'll talk to you soon. So again, I'm Tim Whittemore with the Whittemore Group with eXp Realty. We'll chat with you soon. Take care.